Tommy. I think they just go all in on Comfort, play what you're comfortable in, and try to at least have a good time playing this game, which might be a loss.
I think it's a really valid point you boys bring up, right? That the competition doesn't get any easier than this. So if you are going to go out swinging. And is there the ideal comp? Because I think we've had a few different variations of what we think QWQ could throw their way. I think the champs that have sprung to mind really have been the Galio and the Rakan. Obviously, they got one, the other denied, but it's been bruises, and it's been an enchanter in the bot lane, give Cool anything he likes, some form of fashion to empower him that he might be able to pop off, and maybe that's the answer with the quick, nimble feet of an Ezreal.
Possibly as well. I noticed something a little bit curious. They banned the Xayah, but not the Rakan instead.
Yeah, it's a bit upsetting to me, Omo. I mean, the fact that Rakan has got through, Riven has got through, Team Flash have a composition that just looks like it's out of a nightmare movie. You know, this is like the stuff
they could not be happier.
It gets pulled out, and then, oh my goodness, they rounded off with the Lucian as well. It just feels like Team Flash have entirely destroyed QWQ's mental. The way that QWQ are trying to play it is so passive, it feels like. It looks like a team that you play for to combo them, to take the fight to them, but knowing QWQ, this is not it.
Yeah, I mean, this is not it for sure. I do agree. What I do like is the Ezreal adaptation. It gives your AD carry a chance to try to carry the game. I think he wants to probably do something along those lines. But with that said, Dialing is here, gonna be on that Lucian. Lucian Rakan, I think they have the potential to heavily bully out this lane.
Is it possible that we have ourselves a world in which it is the Orianna in the bot lane once again, and it is that Lucian in the mid lane? Because I mean, it certainly can be flex, right? This is a roster that have showcased that, hey, we're not afraid to show those kind of discrepancies and throw that out into the mix of things of having to be prepared for. And I suppose it's a scary proposition when you're a team researching and thinking, well, how do we outdraft? Because they're giving us 14 different flex combinations to rehearse for, and you can't beat them all. I see you yawning, Omar. It's nearly done, man.
I'm holding back the yawn. I feel like it's gonna be a stop. It's gonna be a trios, Kimmy. I'm sorry, man.
Look, I still have some hope in QWQ. I still think they have a chance maybe to try and hold on, right? They have a composition that's pretty easy to execute. They got the Lee Sin. Come on, have some faith here, Omo.
Okay.
They do have the Lee Sin, but that's about all they got. I mean, I think the Lucian is gonna destroy the Ezreal lane. I think the Renekton is gonna destroy whatever they put in the Baron lane. This time around, it's Gragas. And I think the only hope for them is Tommy on Lee Sin.
Here it is. Here is the reveal. It will, in fact, be that Orianna back to the bot lane once again. It's Team Flash on match point. One game away, one win away, actually, from qualifying for groups. It's back to our casting team. Take it away, Infinity, and take it away, Riku.
Thank you very much, Kimmy, Brandon, and Omo once again. Welcome back, everyone, to game number 3 of Team Flash versus QWQ. We'll see if QWQ can bring this back into game 4 or 5. Riku, what are your thoughts coming down into the draft, bringing up these champions coming in?
Yeah, I really like the composition coming from Team Flash. The assurance, whatever the of the shockwave here, because Glory is just gonna come in. He's gonna serve as the ball delivery system. Also, do not forget about Joyce as well on this Riven. It is easily going to stun AoE into the shockwave. I'm excited to see that combo work.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good investment coming from Team Flash, having the Orianna, because I think it can complement the Rakan Riven playstyle of being very aggressive, and you're looking at right now how Glory D just hovers in to the mid lane to try and have that pressure in up against Cool and Butjai. But so far, we're now seeing a 1-to-1 here. What are your thoughts coming down? Because it's so long that we last see the strategy come through.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those things where, hey, we can lane swap. We're going up against an Orianna plus a Rakan. We don't want to deal with that. The fact that wave clear is going to be an issue, Dialing has a lot of those. And come level 5, it's just going to be so easy for Gloria D to just set up that shockwave towards the Ezreal. I mean, there is that arcane shift, but maybe you get to bait that out, that cooldown out. And therefore, meanwhile, Batzai and Cool will serve as the assistants of Tommy. Be able to fight to the Rift Scuttler fights, either near the Dragon, either near the Rift Herald. And I feel like it's a really good combo. You got pokes coming from Cool, therefore Flash is not able to go near at all. And meanwhile, you also have the bubble for that big CC.
Yeah, especially at level 3. I love how you mentioned about how Batzai Cool can play towards Tommy later on, and how Tommy can react towards this pressure coming from Team Flash, because you're looking at Tommy now going to the bot lane, tries to pressuring onto Dialing, right? This is the typical Lee Sin playstyle of having all that pressure. Now, top lane. 3v1. Team Flash. Yeah, Shy's so low to try and engage still that, but that will be the flash for Flash though, and Hutton doesn't have any barrier left.
Yeah, that's just full sums gone. And that means Team Flash can make a second visit. Joyce and Shy, especially come level 5, the burst and the survivability will increase. So Hotian must be careful. So we'll see if Batsai is able to roam at top to make sure that the kill doesn't happen and a punish can happen.
Yeah, especially with Shy having that Renekton, we all know that Shy is hyper aggressive for Team Flash. Having to secure Hoten, we'll see how they could play this out because, you know, when it comes to the 1v1, especially how Hoten now plays towards the AP Gragas build, considering he's now going for the Rod of Ages pathway and also the Electrocute spell rune. I think he's going for more of a squishy type of playstyle. So if Shy goes to a first engage, a first dibs onto Hoten with a slice and dice with a stun, I think that will be huge aspect on how Hoten can fall down. So I think as we're looking at here, Tommy needs to keep a good check onto the top lane and how this pulls through.
Yeah, I really like how you brought up the Rod of Ages here. That means increased survivability for basically Hoten, CLJ, and as well as the Nami Batsai here. But yeah, we'll see though how Tommy is able to alleviate pressure or create pressure rather as a Lee Sin, because again, you pick the Lee Sin to be aggressive. Eventually, you will fall off and just be that kick bot. And now, topside could be the potential. I mean, it's the only lane where QWQ doesn't have that priority. Therefore, it's so much easier to set up these ganks. But Shy felt it coming. The ward is there. Tommy's gonna be spotted anyways.
Yeah, look at the reactive of Shy. You saw Lee Sin. Let's go back. We cannot handle this weak side of the map by myself to play up against Tommy and Hoten, especially with Power Spike, having the Dragon Rage readied up for Tommy as well. We have to respect this. So far, good call for Team Flash, but QWQ is utilizing this recall to go to the Rift Herald.
Yeah, there's not going to be any attempt on a steal. QWQ will surely get First Blood Tower. Look at this rotation from Glory D, though. That means he wants to be there as an assistance to make sure that Shy is going to be okay. It's going to be a trade of objectives here, as Team Flash will secure the Mountain Drake, which means that they get a bit more of those shields to survive a little bit more up against Cool here on his pokes later on, which I assume will hurt after getting Muramana fully stacked.
Tommy with the Sonic Wave with a Flash Dragon Rage actually puts down Dialing in a very low HP, but Shockwave followed through. That explosive cast brings him down with a burn coming from Lee Sin's red buff, and that will be the first blood in this game. As Team Flash tries to defend into the tier 2 turret, but too much damage coming through. QWQ takes the second in this matchup. Huge lead pulling up for QWQ.
Second charge. Oh.
That's canceled.
Joyce with the interrupt. Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done. Yeah, it's a really good fight coming from QWQ there. Really nice dive. It was very clean. No one was able to die from that tower aggro. And so for Team Flash, they decided, hey, we're far away. We can't exactly go there. Let's put Ellie instead to push down the bottom lane. And now QWQ looking to have a better start in comparison to the first 2 games. And it seems to me they're trying to accelerate the game as well by taking a lot of these towers down fast.
Definitely. Big margin coming in from that first 2 games into this third game. QWQ really wants to put this into game number 4. And I think that utilization of the early game was phenomenal coming from this team. Tommy now utilizing his early game power spike gives a lot of space for his team to get this amount of lead. And look at the top lane for Team Flash. It's not looking that great. 2 turrets already fallen down in 6 minutes. Is an absolute game changer for QWQ to start this game off.
Yeah, they're utilizing the early game that Agragas, the CLJ, or Galio, and Lee Sin has. Now, an ideal situation for Team Flash, though, is always fighting as 4-men. QWQ, on the other hand, they want things separated. They want this domino effect to happen where Team Flash is going to go in an awkward spot, getting caught out 1 by 1, especially when they go mid-rotate to certain points of the map. They are definitely great at that scenario just because of the hero's entrance. CLJ can just fly into a part of the map and get the numbers advantage for QWQ. We'll see, though, this collapse coming from Joyce here at top side.
Yeah. Ghost is here to the rescue, but a ward actually spots him out. But look at CLJ, still
Dashing
continuing
in.
the pressure here. The ultimate will now be casted down. That's gonna be stunned. Ultimate brings him down. First kill for Team Flash.
Just according to plan here, very squishy. This could be the collapse again.
Yeah, the tidal wave actually knocks up onto Shy. That's gonna be Flash and Dominus forced out because it's too much. Tommy and Butjai is there, but Team Flash will be safe. So far, so good for Team Flash.
Unfortunately, CLJ is gone, so that split push, or rather the hero's entrance threat, will be gone in just a few seconds. He's alive now, he's fine. But something to take note of course, you've got the Ezreal on the opposite side, so after Romana into the Triforce, I feel like that is the sweet spot where Cool can fight more confidently, we can poke more confidently, though. So Team Flash, I feel like this is a window of opportunity. Ellie, though, opting for more of that Black Cleaver into the kick.
Oh, what a flash with a Sonic Wave with a kick from Tommy, but no follow-up. That's gonna be dialing. Still gonna be alive. What a clutch for Team Flash.
Tommy has been finding all of these openings for QWQ, and unfortunately, still doesn't have that damage.
Good choice in a bad spot. He is on the weak side of the map. That's gonna be CLJ, but Flash gonna be burned to save his life. I think that's gonna be worth it because they don't want to give any more for QWQ.
The QWQ, and Tommy in particular, he is on a roll here. He's able to burn down the Flash of Joyce, so that important summoner spell on a Riven is not going to be available. I mean, oh dear, look at the calling!
Ooh, calling so much damage onto Cool. Forces out the Honey Fruit into the sideline to be able to retrieve some more damage back onto himself. But Team Flash starting up the Infernal Dragon will be something that QWQ
Oh no, the
wants to
Shockwave!
contest. The Shockwave will not connect. That's gonna be explosive cast.
Knockup.
Disengages, but look at Glory D with a quickness and ultimate grand entrance goes for the two-man knockup. But Shy will be left alone
Joyce.
standing. That's gonna be the kill. 1 for 1, 2 for 1.
Ellie?
Team Flash takes it back. Tommy will fall down. Ellie tries to pressure in, but too much to handle for QWQ.
What was that, Ellie? Look at him go, so confident, flashing forward. My dash is on cooldown. I will flash forward and see if I can get more kills here. And what ended up happening is that QWQ decided to retreat, and it's gonna be the second dragon for Team Flash. They're building more of these buffs towards the mid game, towards the later stages of the game. It's gonna be scary.
And I think the source of this squishiness coming from QWQ, if you're looking at the items here, Riku, they have 3 ROA. Rod of Ages for Hoten, for CLJ, and I think also for Butjai, if I am not mistaken. So I think that is where it comes from. But before we dive in deeper, let's look at this replay. Oh, what did happen there?
Yeah, this is Joyce really entering the fight by the side and is able to catch people off guard from QWQ. And I think, of course, Glory D with the best with that setup on that big knockup. And I feel like, dialing maybe can be a little bit patient on the Shockwave, rely on Glory D to set that up because it's far easier to get that knockup from the Rakan first before activating that Shockwave.
Yeah, I think that's important, as you stated. It's going to be a difficult situation for QWQ overall because their only peeling now would be Butjai. But can he actually do it? But look at Tommy actually going in. The Ignite will burn him away, but not going to be enough to bring him down. Just puts him down into red HP. What Team Flash? Just over in bot lane. That's just pushed here too. Look at Santo from CLJ. Actually gets onto
CLJ!
one. That's going to be Ellie jumps in with the stun followed through coming from Joyce. That's going to be the kill from Team Flash.
Yeah, it is
Oh.
very painful because QWQ focused their resources to get blue buff, I guess, but Team Flash was basically busy just getting all of the towers down, and of course, this certain composition. Oh, arcade shift in.
Oh.
Flashing in.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh, he does!
What?
He does! Cool! You get deleted with a blink of an eye, and now Tommy wants to retrieve it, but he can't. It's gonna be Cool falling down for Team Flash.
Oh no, the greed is real. That's a tower going down now in favor of Team Flash, and QWQ are very They're looking to be very antsy to get these kills, which is understandable because they're reaching their power spikes already. We talked about the Triforce Muramana on the side of the Ezreal with a 2-item power spike, but at the same time, using a flash to get another Mystic Shot and an Arcane Shift forward. Tommy, he's fine. He goes in, he goes out.
Whoa, that Sonic Wave is actually quite risky there coming from QWQ, but as you stated, he goes in, he goes out. Easy as that, but what's not easy is how Team Flash is actually dominating the damage output here. Mainly because of Eli with the culling. Actually, a lot of poke coming in from Flash, a lot of damage coming through.
And it's a lot. It's a lot?
Oh, look at the taunt, look at the flash. That's going to be Tidal Wave to follow through. That's going to be the CC chain. And Team Flash has to return. Hero's Anchor zones them away.
Oh, wow.
Going to do the 1-for-1. Explosive gas brings him back. Ellie is on a bad situation as Tommy actually brings him down. That's going to be QWQ, but counter engage. But Shy comes in to the rescue, puts down one. So that will be the 2-for-3 for Team Flash at the moment. But that will equate this trade by Joyce.
Yeah, even though QWQ, let's just say they were able to get that catch onto dialing there, the rest still remains that the most fed members are what? 302 Joyce here on the Riven. He's going to be very painful. And of course, Shy. We're reaching to the point that, of course, Shy isn't exactly shut down in his lane. He was free reign to farm and split push. Therefore, he is already becoming or has already become that split push threat. Now popping in that Sterax, meaning he's going to be very hard to kill on top of the dominance.
Yeah, it's so hard because right now when you're looking at this game, the period of dominance for QWQ has already ended. It's Lee Sin dominance now falling off. It's now having the diminishing returns of these champions here in the late game. The only thing that he can do now is to set up, is to get those kicks onto some of the valuable champions such as Ellie and Darwin. If he can do that, that's going to be so much for QWQ. But if he can't, he's going to get killed as easy as he jumps in.
Exactly. It is... once you dive in, there's Glory D with a knockup. There's Joyce with a stun!
Oh, the knockup is there. That's going to be hard to follow through. What a good engage coming from Team Flash. Hero's Anchor zones them away, but they have already gotten their jungler. QWQ forced the retreat, but two of them can't. That's going to be a triple for Team Flash.
What a fight coming from Team Flash. They went all in. If you go all in, Cool is not able to land a lot of poke. This is the last defense.
Yeah, they're holding on. They're trying to defend, but they cannot do it. Inhibitor turret will fall down into the mid lane as Ellie will fall though. That will be Ellie traded for an inhib.
It is going to be worth 3 dragons apiece right now. Clean game so far coming from Joyce and as well as Ellie. We saw Ellie, though, being very, very aggressive with a dash. I mean, you also have that proto belt to increase or decrease the gap between your target. And now QWQ, sadly, sort of trying to just pick up the pieces, relying on a possible steal on the Baron later on when Team Flash does start this up. You're right, Infinity. This is the point where QWQ is supposed to shine because 2-item power spikes, Lee Sin is going to eventually fall off. We'll see if Shy will be the next target here, but just a little bit slippery.
Little bit. But they can't do it. But look at Tommy here. He's getting pinned down, a lot of damage coming up for Joyce, but CLJ forces out the hero's entrance to pull back Team Flash.
It is a lot of resources down Dragon's range and as well as the hero's entrance. Jess, you are right. It's a little bit difficult now to get that knock-up set up, that punish set up. Yeah, QWQ is forced to play the waiting game. Will Team Flash start the Baron? If they do, let's position ourselves at the back of the pit. Cool is gonna keep poking. Tommy's gonna attempt a potential steal, and that is the ideal situation right now because of how far behind they are in the current landscape of the game.
Yeah. Is it gonna be easy though for Tommy? That's a question here. If Team Flash starts it up, is it gonna be easier for Tommy to jump in because he was mobile but squishy? this is the question. Can he do the smite? It's between Joyce and Tommy here. Who's gonna win that smite war? But before then, it's gonna be Ellie taking that one more. As now it's gonna be cool. Chi, CC up against QWQ, and now they're actually faltering down. It's 2-man down for QWQ, and Team Flash just pushes this through. Inhibitor now falls down into the bot lane. The top lane is now being destroyed, and Team Flash gets a kill down, and Team Flash will win the series.
It's a 3-0 finish for Team Flash, and they move on to the group stages. I bet they're happy.